The call came through like any other, routine, dull, and beneath my skill level. Outpost K-47 requesting urgent mechanical assistance, the dispatcher said, her voice filtered through static. Environmental systems failure. You're the closest certified technician. I sighed, leaning back in my chair as the flickering lights of the station's docking bay reflected off my visor. Outpost K-47 wasn't just remote, it was practically forgotten. The kind of place where things broke and stayed broken because no one cared enough to fix them. Sending coordinates, she added. Yeah. I'm on it, I muttered, already pulling up the navigation panel. At that moment, it was just another repair job. I had no idea it would change my life forever. The trip took 6 hours through dead space. No stars, no signals, just silence pressing against the hull, like a living thing. My ship, Rustline, wasn't much to look at, but she was reliable. I trusted her more than I trusted most people. As Outpost K-47 came into view, I frowned. It wasn't just abandoned, it looked wrong. The structure was intact, but the lights were dim, flickering in irregular pulses. Parts of the outer hull shimmered faintly, as if something invisible was crawling across it. Great, I muttered. One of those jobs. I docked anyway. The airlock opened with a reluctant hiss, and the moment I stepped inside, I felt it. The temperature was off. Warmer than it should have been. The air carried a faint metallic scent, mixed with something organic. Not rot, exactly, but close enough to make me uneasy. Outpost K-47, this is Technician Elias Vance. I called over my comm. I've arrived. Anyone alive in here? Silence. Then a crackle. You shouldn't have come. The voice was faint, distorted, but unmistakably human. Yeah, well, I'm already here, I replied. Where's the environmental control unit? A pause. A lower sector. But you don't understand. The transmission cut off. I sighed again. Of course I don't. The lower sector was worse. Lights flickered erratically, casting long, shifting shadows across the corridor walls. The metal beneath my boots felt soft in places, like it was bending ever so slightly under my weight. Okay, I whispered to myself. Definitely not normal. I reached the environmental control room and forced the door open. Inside, the main system console was half melted, its circuits fused into a grotesque mess. And then I saw it, the growth. It spread from the walls like veins, dark, pulsating strands that glowed faintly with a blue bioluminescence. They wrapped around the machinery, intertwining with wires and panels as if the station itself had grown a nervous system. What the hell? I stepped closer, scanning it. The readings made no sense. It wasn't just organic. It wasn't just mechanical. It was both. All right, I said slowly, pulling out my toolkit. Let's see what you are. The moment my tool made contact with the growth, it reacted. The strands recoiled, twitching violently before snapping toward my hand. I jerked back. Nope, that's not good. The lights dimmed suddenly, and then a voice echoed behind me. You touched it. I froze. Slowly I turned. She stood in the doorway. At first glance, she looked human or close enough. Tall, with dark hair cascading over her shoulders, her skin pale but faintly luminescent in the low light. But her eyes, they glowed. Soft blue, like the veins on the walls. You shouldn't have done that, she said, her voice calm, almost curious. I raised my hands slightly. Okay, let's just take a breath here. You one of the crew? She tilted her head, studying me. I was. Something in her tone made my stomach tighten. What happened to this place? I asked. She stepped closer, and I noticed something else. The veins, they weren't just on the walls. They were on her. Faint, glowing patterns traced along her arms, disappearing beneath her skin like living tattoos.
"This place evolved," she said.
"Stations don't evolve," I replied. "This one did." Before I could respond, the floor beneath us pulsed. Once, like a heartbeat. And suddenly, every glowing strand in the room brightened. She closed her eyes, exhaling softly. "It knows you're here now." I swallowed.
"Great."
"Can I leave?" Her eyes opened again. And for the first time, I saw something in them, something intense, almost possessive.
"No."
I tried to leave anyway. That was my first mistake. The corridor I had come through is gone, sealed off by layers of that living growth. The walls had shifted, reshaped themselves like something alive rearranging its own body. "This isn't possible," I muttered. "It is now," she said, standing behind me. I turned. "Look, I don't know what's going on here, but I didn't sign up for whatever this is." She stepped closer again. Too close. "You were chosen." I blinked. Chosen? For what? Her gaze locked onto mine. "For me." I laughed. Actually laughed. "Okay. Yeah. That's no. I fix machines. I don't do whatever alien soulmate thing you've got going on." Her expression didn't change, but the station around us did. The walls pulsed again, brighter this time. The air grew warmer, thicker. I felt it in my chest, like a pressure building from the inside. "You don't understand," she said softly. "It doesn't ask. Who's it?" I demanded. She placed a hand against her chest. "This." The veins along her arm flared with light. "It found me first, changed me, connected me to it." Her voice trembled slightly, not with fear, but something deeper. "And now it wants you." I took a step back. "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and decline that offer." The moment I said it, pain shot through my arm. I gasped, looking down. A thin strand of the glowing growth had wrapped around my wrist, so fine I hadn't even noticed it. It tightened suddenly, sending a sharp pulse of energy through me. "What did you do?" I shouted. "I didn't do anything," she said. Another pulse. Stronger this time. I dropped to one knee, gritting my teeth as something foreign spread through my veins. Warm, electric, invasive. "It's bonding," she whispered. "Stop it." I struggled, trying to tear the strand away, but it only tightened further. "You can't fight it," she said, kneeling in front of me. I tried. Our eyes met, and in that moment, I saw it clearly. She wasn't controlling this. She was part of it. "Please," I said, my voice strained. "You've got to help me." For a brief second, something human flickered in her expression. Then the station pulsed again. And it was gone. Time became strange after that. I don't know how long I was on the floor. Minutes? Hours? The pain faded eventually, replaced by something else. Awareness. I could feel the station. Not just see it or hear it, but feel it. The hum of energy through the walls. The movement of the growth beneath the surfaces. Even the faint signals pulsing through its network, like thoughts passing through a brain. "What is happening to me?" I whispered. "You're becoming part of it," she said. I looked up at her. "And you?" A faint smile touched her lips. "I already am." I pushed myself to my feet, my body feeling different. Stronger, maybe. Or just not entirely my own anymore. "This thing," I said slowly. "It's alive, isn't it?" "Yes." "And it wants us?" She nodded. "It doesn't understand loneliness the way we do, but it understands connection." She stepped closer, her glowing eyes softening. "It found me alone, and now it's found you." I shook my head. "That doesn't mean I agree to this." Her hand reached out, brushing against mine. The moment our skin touched, a surge of energy passed between us, intense, overwhelming, but not painful. Something deeper. A connection. I staggered slightly, my mind flooded with flashes, her memories, or maybe the station's. Her arrival, the transformation, the isolation, and the longing. I pulled back, breathing hard. That wasn't just the station, I said. No, she replied quietly. That was me. Days passed. Or maybe weeks. Time didn't matter anymore. I tried to resist at first, to find a way out, to disconnect myself from whatever this was. But every attempt failed. The station wouldn't let me go. And slowly I began to understand why. It wasn't just controlling us. It was caring for us. The temperature adjusted to keep us comfortable. The growth provided nutrients, strange but sustaining. Even the light shifted in response to our moods. It wasn't a prison.
It was a home.
You're accepting it, she said one day. We were standing in what used to be the observation deck. The stars beyond the glass shimmered, distorted by the station's energy field. I'm understanding it, I corrected. She smiled faintly. That's how it starts. I glanced at her.
And you?
Do you regret it? For a long moment, she didn't answer. Then, I did, she admitted. At first. And now. Her glowing eyes met mine. Now I'm not alone. The change completed itself the night the station fully synchronized us. We stood at the center of the control room, the heart of the organism. The walls pulsed steadily, brighter than ever before. It's time, she said. For what? She stepped closer, placing both hands on my chest. To complete the bond. I hesitated. Do I have a choice? She held my gaze. Yes. That surprised me. But if I say no? Her expression softened. Then it will let you go. I blinked. It will? She nodded. But you'll never be the same. And neither will I. I looked around. The living walls, the pulsing light, the strange, beautiful complexity of it all. And then I looked at her. She wasn't just part of this place. She was this place. And somehow,
so was I.
I exhaled slowly. All right, I said. Let's finish it. The moment our foreheads touched, everything changed. The station surged with light, the energy flowing through us like a tidal wave. Our thoughts intertwined, our senses merging into something far beyond human understanding. I felt her, not just her body, but her mind, her emotions, her very essence.
And she felt mine.
The loneliness. The years spent drifting from job to job, never staying, never connecting. All of it. Shared. Accepted. Understood. The station pulsed one final time. And then, silence. When it was over, I opened my eyes. The station was still there. She was still there. But everything was different. We stood together at the observation window, watching the stars. So, I said after a while, what now? She smiled, her hand slipping into mine. Now we're not alone anymore. I nodded slowly. A repair job. That's all it was supposed to be. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being just a technician and became something else. Something more. I glanced at her, feeling the steady pulse of the station around us. Guess I should have read the fine print, I muttered. She laughed softly, and for the first time since I arrived, it felt like home.